Hi guys, it's your boy Andy here, and in today's tutorial I'm going to be teaching you how to get a list of data from an endpoint or a server and populate them as a list view inside your Flutter application. Alright, so this is the endpoint that I'll be leaving the link in the YouTube description, and if you have any question, please don't forget to write it in the comment section, and also don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. So here we have a couple of array. That the array is going to return an object, okay, so a list of objects. And in every object we have the index, about, name, picture, and email keys, okay, and these are the values that have been tied to it. So we are going to create a model for this one to represent each and every single JSON object, okay. So inside our project, so now also I want to mention that we are going to be using a single package, that is the HTTP package, to add this, okay, and just press the pub get, okay, to get the dependency into your application, okay. So let's quickly create our model. That's model, and we are going to call our model users, so user, okay, so user.dat. Let's create a class called the user. And now quickly we have to look at the keys that we are going to be pulling. Now this is a string, so supposing we are going to be using the index, we can set this as an int here, okay. So all these are strings, sorry. So let's get them into our application. So we can do the string name, email, about, and picture. So these are just the 4 things you'll be needing, and we have to create a constructor for them. So if you're using Android Studio, you can simply pull the Shift Alt and Insert key to pull up that. Then you can just add your constructor like this. Okay, so let's just put this in front and at the back the curly braces to give it a name, okay, argument. Alright, so inside our project, now we can start the hard work. So now what we can do is we can quickly create a method, okay. So the method is going to be a list, okay. It's going to be a list, and we are going to call the user model. So it's going to return a list of user models, okay, a list of users, okay. So we have to import the user here. Then let's call it get users, okay. Then now since we are going to be using, it's going to be it's not going to be called in less than a second, it's going to return to us in the future. So we have to add our async here and use our wait method to, okay. So now here we can quickly use the future, okay, here. So it's going to return to us a future. Perfect. So now what do we do? So now we are going to store our data that we are going to be getting from the online, from the link or the endpoint I showed you, as the response, okay. So like this, and we are going to import our HTTP package, the one that we just installed. So HTTP like this, and let's use it as HTTP. Alright, perfect. So now inside our application here, we can simply call the HTTP dot the get method, and here we are going to be passing our URL here, okay. So let's quickly replace it with this, and this is going to return us the response, or all the data that you are seeing here. We are going to be storing it inside that variable response. Okay, so now what is next for us to do? So now inside here we have to call it a JSON data, because we are going to encode the string as JSON. So here we can simply do this and call the JSON dot encode and pass in the response dot the body. So in order to get the body, we have to simply, since you are using the synchronous here, we have to put the await, okay, await here, and you can see the error is gone. So now it's going to return us the body. Now inside here, since we are going to be returning a list of users, we have to first create an initialized one. So you have to create a list of the user class, okay, and call it users and initialize it to be an empty list. Okay, and now we are going to create a loop to loop through our response data here. So we are going to create a for in loop here. So for variable u in the JSON data this way. Okay, so yes, for var, so for var, okay, so pardon me guys, so here was supposed to be the code. Okay, then we can simply use our JSON data here. Okay, so inside here, what do we have to do? Now we have to create a new initialization or a new user model, since this is going to return to us a list of users, and now we have to create a single user and add it to this. Okay, so basically that's what we are going to be doing. So user equals user this, and this is where the named come in handy. So this we brought the curly brace that we brought to the front end, the end shows that now we can use our name parameter. So see the magic here. So when you call name, okay, then now we can simply just do this, okay, and call it the name. So this is going to be the key that we are getting here. Okay, so this, then we have email, and it's going to be the same thing. That's the email, okay, comma, then we have the picture, okay, and it's going to be picture. Then lastly we have about, and it's going to be about. Okay, so after we are done with this, we are simply going to call the users list and then add a new user inside the list. Okay, and basically we are done. So inside here, what we simply have to do is we have to return the users that we've added here, like this. Okay, and basically we are done with our method. So now what is next for us to do? So now what we are going to be doing is we are going to be creating our future builder. Okay, here that's the UI that we are going to show all our data. Okay, so inside here, let's just take off the center and let's bring in container. Okay, and we are going to give it a child of the future builder widget, like this. Okay, so you can hit Control Alt L to reformat your entire code for you. Okay, so now inside our future builder, now we can call future here, and this future is going to take the method that we created. So that is get users. Okay, so we are going to pass here, that's get users, like this. Okay, then inside the builder, this is where we are going to create our UI and work with it. So inside the builder, okay, let's quickly pass this and let's have our build context here, and also our snapshot. Okay, so let's quickly have we can pass in the context here and the snapshot, like this. Okay, so now inside here, okay, we can quickly check to see if the data that we are having, so the data is going to be returned to us as the snapshot. So we can quickly check if the snapshot, okay, dot data, okay, is equal to now, meaning we still haven't gotten any data yet. Okay, so else, so if here, if the else would be if there is data. So if it's equal to now, what do we have to do? Now we have to return or build a new widget. Okay, this will be our container widget. Okay, sorry guys. Then we are going to have a child okay, of the center widget, and also pass in a child. And let's quickly give it a simple widget to like a text, and we are going to give it a loading, okay, or you can put a circular progress bar here. It's not really going to matter that much. So just something to show the user that we are still working on your data. So else, what do we have to do? So else we have to return a list view, okay, a list view builder. All right. So I'm going to put command here, hit Alt, Control Alt L to reformat the code. Now we are going to have the builder, the item builder here. But before that, let's just give it the item count. So the item count is going to be the snapshot dot data dot length. Okay. Then now inside the builder, we are going to have our context again and our integer index. All right. So that's going to be the position of uh, the user model. Okay, so maybe the first index, the second index, so on and so forth. Okay, so inside here now we are going to return a list style. So this is going to be the design. This is going to be the design of how we want it to look. Okay, so we are going to return a list style. Then for the meantime, let's just return the title, and the title will be text widget. So the title will be a text widget. Then we can simply pass in our snapshot dot data. Okay, then inside here we are going to pass in the index to show the position. Then we can pull our name, the name, like this from it. So let's just run our application to see if we have any errors. So perfect. So now you can see this has pulled all the name that we created. Okay, so we can go and check. So we have the Ruby, Cunningham, LC, Murray, and all that. So let's see here. So we can see it's now pulling this. Okay, and we have LC here, LC Murray, and so on and so forth. So you can see now we are getting all the list of our from the data endpoint here inside the list. So let me rerun it again for you to see what I mean. So now when you run this, you are going to see the loading icon, the loading text to show. So you see loading before it populates it. So that is why we did the conditional check there, the if statement. So here you can change it to whatever you like. Okay. So now that we have this, we can also put here the subtitle, and this will be also be a text. Okay. Then inside here we can have our snapshot. Then we can have our data, put in the position of it, and maybe below we should have the email showing. So I'll hit the hot reload and we should see everyone's email. Perfect. So we can see we have everyone's email showing nicely. Then let's show the image. Okay, so this we can have the leading. All right, and let's call circle avatar to show it in a nice and fussy way. And let's give it the background image. Okay, and we are going to have the network image since it's going to be pulling from a network because it's an endpoint here, the image. We can see it's an endpoint here. So we have to use the network image. Alright, so here then now we are going to pass in the network.data, then the current position, that's the index, then the name was picture. Alright, so let's save it and let's see if we have any changes. Perfect. So now you can see it has loaded the image to at the side, right? Okay. So yeah. So our last our last data that we had was the about. So we can quickly pass it. Okay, so we also have another method that we can use here. That's the on tap. That will show when an item is being pressed, what should happen. So what we can simply do is, okay, we can create a new screen here. Okay, so let me create a new screen and call it detail screen dot and import my material and simply create a stateless widget and call it a detail screen. Okay, so now what we are going to be doing here is we are going to import our user model here like this. Then now pass it as a constructor here. So we are going to call this dot user here so that we'll be using it in our project here. That's the detail screen. So inside here we can also call our scaffold widget, call our body. Okay, and our body should be, let's give it a container, and it should be a child of, let's say, center, and it should also be a child of text. Then inside here uh, we can quickly call our widget. So we can simply call user dot about here. Okay, user dot about. Then yeah, so basically that's it. So now what we have to do inside here is we have to push the data from here to the detailed page. So this can simply be obtained by calling our navigator, okay, dot push like this. Okay, then inside here let's give it our material page route, okay, like this. Let me reformat it nicely. Then inside here we can have our builder, so that will be our context like this. Then I will call our detail screen and it's going to take a user, so you can see it showing there. So it's going to take a user, then we can have our snapshot data, then we can just pass in the current position, that's the index, and basically we are done. So I like to do something here, so let's just call our app bar here and give it the title, and the title should rather uh, the title should be the name of the user. So we can have user dot name as the app bar title. Yes, so we are done with it. So let's run our project to see if we have any errors. Okay. Uh, so I think yeah, our project is restarted. So let's see. So if I press on one, so you can see it's returning the name of the user as the app bar, and we have the about details here. So let's go to the next one. So you can see El Simure showing here. So let's go. We can see. So this is it. This is it, and this is looking cool. So inside the detail page, you can do whatever you want to do with it. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching my tutorial, and I hope you like it. And if there's any question, please don't forget to leave the comment at the comment section, and also please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel to receive the current update of any tutorial that I'll be posting. So I'm going to be doing a couple of series which I'll hit you very shortly. So thank you so much, guys, and it's bye for now.